have an easy experience. And you know what the greatest honor I've ever received as a player is? In my 4th year and my 5th year, I was named team captain.
Just before Frizzell got him, and a leaping interception by Woodson, who got a foot down somehow inbounds.
Thomas, touchdown, Wolverine.
Nice call.
Here's a look at Boston and Woodson on the outside. They're just standing there, now they're fighting.
One man. Goodbye. Hello, Heisman.
Plant their flag in the middle of the Ohio State field, and the Buckeyes rushed right.
Play fake. McCarthy scanning downfield and throws it high, and Wilson's got it. Roman Wilson weaving down inside.
There it is. They won't pull that down. Chris, as they say in Ann Arbor, conquering heroes, victors valiant, Michigan, national champion.
Happy Thursday, everybody in Wolverine Nation. Hope everybody's having a good week and have recovered from the terrible weekend that was the state of Michigan sports. It looked like, not look like, the West Coast put a pretty good beating on the state of Michigan this weekend.
It just feels like home. You know, it just feels like home, getting beat up by the West Coast especially. But yeah, so, you know, go Mariners.
Yes, go Mariners.
I'm rooting for them. Beat the Jays down. I saw a Blue Jay on the side of the road today, and I almost tried to run it over. I'm just joking, but kind of. There was a little bit of part of me that wanted to do it. You know, it's like Michigan sucks. Detroit, the Tigers suck, and the Lions get beat up. Well, I mean, the Lions got cheated out of
Don't do that
football game.
Don't do that. Don't do it. Yes, the referees weren't great, but you got to make plays.
You do have to make plays, but at the same time, you need to stick up for your teammates, and enough is enough, and it's time for a change. My profile picture, if you check out my Facebook right now, my profile picture is Brian Branch beating the shit out of Juju Smith-Schuster. And I wish the person who was on the ground was Patrick Mahomes. I don't care about making plays. When the deck is stacked against you, you cannot win. But that's not what we're here to talk about.
No, we're going to start off with that. I don't even know what to call it. The USC bloodbath. I guess
hey, man, we got beat up. It's all there.
It had a lot of bad feelings coming back of the Rich Rod / Hoke / Jim Harbaugh early years.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't tackle, 3rd and 22, down to score, and USC pretty much concedes, runs it up the middle for 49 yards.
Yeah, they played Michigan football against Michigan.
Yeah, like, is it okay if we kill? Like, as a Lions fan, at some point we had to kill the same old Lions.
Yep.
Can we kill the Michigan's a boa constrictor, Joe Klatt? Like, it's just not the fact anymore. Can we put it to bed?
You can't argue with numbers. You know, I think that's just what it always comes back to. You can have fan is short for fanatic. So you can have your opinion no matter what when you're just being a fanatic, right? Because you root for your team and you can make up this, that, and the other thing. We lost to a team that showed up. And
No.
Michigan did not show up.
I disagree with you with we lost. We were embarrassed by a
Well,
team that
okay,
showed up.
yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that
in-
right to the chest.
Like embarrassed. It wasn't from
It
Matt
was a bad
Spaduli.
game. It was a bad game.
Moore can recruit, just can't coach them up next level.
That's fine. That's a fair statement.
I can't argue with Matt. I know Matt. He was Jim Harbaugh loyalist the entire 10 years. He hasn't liked Sherrone Moore since he got in, and I got to give Matt credit. At this point, he's looking right, and I'm looking very wrong. I was a Sherrone guy, and it's not trending in the right direction. I don't know how else to put it. There's a lot of similarities to, like I said, the Brady Hoke, Rich Rod, Jim Harbaugh first 4 years.
I think the difference is Rich Rod came in with a different philosophy and was never really given a chance. Because I truly believe that if Rich Rod was given one more season or two more seasons, he was trending up, right? I mean, I know 3-9. Nick Sheridan, who you're trying to run the spread with Nick Sheridan, right? So it's just he was trending up, and I do truly believe that Rich Rod would have gotten somewhere, but like the Michigan. The Michigan man stuff, which I've always disagreed with. It's just football games. It doesn't matter who you are or how you run your game. You just need to give a guy time. And maybe 3 years was enough. But then Brady came in. We beat Virginia Tech in the bowl game, and it was fine. And then it took. I literally went to Lids and made a hat that said "Fire Jim." After they lost to Michigan State, I think in 2017.
I was actually I wanted Jim fired the day after. Do you remember the monsoon game?
Yeah.
Michigan State. I think it ended up 13-10. We were at that game. Michigan fans I walked out of that game saying that Jim Harbaugh should be fired. People wanted to fight me at the big house. But this has a lot. I'm sorry, Kyle. This has a lot of feeling like that. Like
to me, I don't.
I'm gonna
I don't
have
feel
a
the same.
Let's
no,
do this.
Go. Finish your point.
Red zone. What do you think Michigan's stat was inside the red zone against USC?
I know it, but let's just show it.
Show,
don't tell.
1. They made it to the red zone one time.
Yep. And that's 20% of the field. So I'm a guy who went through high school passing everything at 70%. So 80%, that's pretty good, but not when you need to win football games. I remember I was literally sitting in this exact spot watching that television with my beautiful 6-year-old boy coming up to me. He's like, "Daddy, why are you so mad?" I'm like, Michigan's not winning they're not winning anything. They're not winning any part of the football game. It was frustrating to watch. I wouldn't go as far to say Rich Rod or Brady.
Well, I would, and
I'm not defending Sherrone. I feel like it's a different kind of shit.
Listen, I really like Sherrone, but I'll tell you why this feels like the Brady Hoke.
Yeah.
Do you know the last time Michigan was beaten by at least 3 scores by an unranked team?
I'm going to think. And it's not the Rich Rod era?
No.
Is it the Brady Hoke era?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm going to think. Didn't Indiana come in and
Nope.
and fuck us up?
Think Buffalo Wild Wings.
Was it the Khalil Mack Buffalo?
K-State, Buffalo Wild Wings. They lost that game by 3 scores in 2013.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So Sherrone Moore happens to join that great piece of history as 12 years later to do it again. Now, USC is ranked this week. And let's not pretend that USC is not a good team. Their offense is pretty stellar.
I think they showed, whether they're a good team or not, I think they showed that they're a better team than Michigan.
I tried to tell you.
You did. You did.
I tried to tell you.
I had the blinders on. I'll be the first. I'll be the first to admit when I'm wrong.
I tried to tell you.
I am the first to admit when I'm wrong.
The key to the game was sacks. How many sacks did Michigan have? That would be a big
goose egg. Yeah, it's right there at the bottom. Check it out.
Why? Because Don Brown might be back. What was it for the Don Brown? The crossing routes that he couldn't figure out?
The Ohio State crossing routes, 100%.
Or the quick slant pass?
Yep.
And for Wink, it became apparent early that every time he was going to blitz, that they were just going to throw a screen pass. Or 1-2 balls out, 1-2 balls out, 1-2's balls out. Yet the DBs are still sitting 8 yards back. He's still sending pressure. Riley used his aggressiveness against them. And Wink failed to make any adjustments.
I think that's more what it comes down to. I don't think it's more down to like the failure. It is the failure of the team, what happened on Saturday. But it is you put it so poetically perfect right there. It was the failure to make adjustments. Like before Bill Belichick was an embarrassment as a college football coach, he was the greatest head coach in NFL history. And what he was so good at, what he was so great at was halftime adjustments. And Michigan made 0 adjustments to their game plan after they led the majority of the first quarter, right? So what do you learn from that, right? How do you go in to halftime and be like, okay, we're down, but what did we do right? Okay.
Oh, they didn't do anything right, even to end the second quarter. You tie the game.
Yep.
You tie the game, and then you let USC score. Now, it was a phenomenal throw, but just terrible all around the game.
I am never the person who wants to pump my own tires, and I will be the first person to point out when I am wrong. And I think if we go back to last week, I said we give the ball to Justice Haynes, and he will win us the football game. And Michigan just couldn't do that. They tried, but what USC did was beat them at that.
It was
my notes here.
It was you can't average, what was it, on third down?
Minus 200 yards rushing to USC. Both lines got dominated.
Michigan averaged third down and 11.2 yards.
Yeah.
I don't know what Chip Lindsey was doing. I think I think I read a tweet somewhere that he said the play calling has to be better. But you can't expect a true freshman on almost every third down to be 11 and 8, 11 and 3rd and 8, 39, 30 and 12.
Third and long.
Like
But mark my words, okay? This is going to be a game. This was a necessary, and this is loser talk, and I will be the first one to say it. This is loser talk. This is a game that will prove if both Sherrone and Bryce and Chip, will if they don't learn from it, if they do learn from it, we will be better going forward. We will be better going forward. But if we don't learn from this embarrassment, as you put at the top of the podcast, that is where the real tragedy of this football team may lie, because there were so many mistakes. There was so much, like, I was just sitting there going like, what is happening?
Like, think about this.
Happening right now.
USC average on offense 7.2 yards a play.
Is that good?
Like,
amazing. Imagine I could say that Michigan averaged 7.2 yards per anything ever.
I think Michigan averaged 7.2 missed tackles a play. 14 missed tackles. 14. Not 2, not 3, not 4. 3rd and 22, I think they were down 7. USC literally is conceding.
Yep.
A run up the middle. All they were trying to do was give their punter a little bit more room, kick the ball. 49 yards.
Whoopsie. Yep.
And everybody's looking at him run.
It's like, I felt like when I saw that play, I felt like a lot like I'm a Lions fan, but it was like Lions circa 1997, where it's like, what is happening? You when you play defense, when you coach defense, what do you practice? You practice tackling. You don't practice watching someone run. It was literally like I felt like Mugatu in Zoolander. Like, I literally felt like I was taking crazy pills. I didn't know what the fuck was happening in that moment. I couldn't believe it. I could not.
It was the Oklahoma game all over again, except USC besides the two,
except worse.
Yeah, except USC didn't do what Oklahoma did and leave points on the field, except for those 2 turnovers. That could have made this game even worse.
Yeah.
Like Oklahoma, 1 for 2 in the red zone, 3 for 14 in third downs, average third down 8.4. Like,
yeah.
What are we doing here?
Not playing good football, not playing well-coached football, and willingly losing a football game. That's what we're doing there.
This is this is Don Brown's defense. I understand when Wink came in to claim that he was the OG of this defense, and the 2 guys he taught, one took his job, and I understand why Baltimore got rid of Brink and brought in Mike. And the other guy had one of the top defenses in the NFL last year, and Wink got let go by the Giants. The Cignetti contract, perfect timing. if anybody thinks Indiana's not playing with big boy money, they're crazy.
It seems like. Seems like.
When you have a guy like Mark Cuban investing in the program, that's what I'm going to call it, investing in the program.
Well, that's what we call it. It's NIL.
You could do.
We're in a different.
You could pretty much. You pretty much have free reign to go out and do what you got to do.
Yes, sir.
That's
how we got Bryce Underwood. Let's not forget that.
Went out and beat the Ducks. Second year.
That was insane.
Second year, he's got what, 2 raises in less than 2 years.
And
third highest paid coach. I think he's like the third or fourth. Yeah, third or fourth highest paid coach. Indiana ranked what? 3rd in the country. Should be 1st.
You can't uncrown the king without.
Yeah, but I believe you got to.
I know that. Look at the shirt I'm wearing.
They
literally making fun of Ohio State, but I don't. They're number one. I can't look at myself in this camera on this little screen or in the mirror and say that they're not number one, because you can't. As much as it feels like a knife in my chest, numbers don't lie. I don't know. I can't believe those words just came out, and this is going on the internet. But like, they have to be beaten by somebody.
So this is the stat from third downs from the winged helmet that I caught today. On the season, 28 for 71. 14th in the Big Ten. 3rd and 8 against Oklahoma. 3rd and 8 against Nebraska. 3rd and 11.
Yep.
You can't win games converting 25% of your third down.
Anything.
And you're not gonna convert when you average. What would that be? About 9.5 in the 3 games. It's Kyle.
It's a disgusting state of affairs.
You know what it is? It's both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And there's 100%. Been it's either there's no adjustments, they're not putting people in the right position to succeed.
They're not using
the
right position to succeed.
They're not using guys the right way.
And like, let's not forget, like, we thought Nebraska was like a signature win for this season. I remember you and I talking like, oh, if we can beat Nebraska, that can show what we're going to do. Because as time goes on, right, you kind of see everybody's true colors. And I like the parity. I love Indiana beating Oregon. I love it. Like, whenever you want the underdog to win, that's good. But to bring it back to football instead of I got my notes here. Bryce is not good enough against the blitz yet. And we have to remember that he is a true freshman. And last week I was like, I said it with my mouth, with words, that at this point he's probably not a true freshman anymore. But I think he was exposed a bit. And was he set up for failure? Yeah, probably. With play calls, with how the defense played.
Some of those sacks, he had no time.
Yeah,
I think they had what?
But that's what that literally it says in the big letters. Bryce is not good against the blitz yet. And what did I say when we first started this podcast, or when I first joined this podcast, is it's the ability to learn. And I do believe that Bryce does have the ability to learn. Now, it is up to the coaching staff to show that they have the ability to learn, or maybe put their egos aside and say, hey, maybe my game plan isn't the best.
Okay,
maybe we should learn about this instead of throwing this 18-year-old under the bus with bad calls, bad plays, And OU blitzed them. They lost. You know what USC did? They blitzed them. And they learned from that. And if you don't think, and not you specifically, Mike, but anyone who's listening, that Washington didn't watch that game, that's what film is all about. So this is what is going to be coming at Bryce and our offense the rest of the year. Not to mention that our Heisman Trophy candidate running back, who's no longer going to win it, may have a broken rib. Like, we need to figure it out and dial it in.
Let's get honest. Let's get honest right now. What they need to figure out is that they're not Jim Harbaugh. This is not the same teams.
That's
and
true.
You got it either put your identity on it and stop being the Jim Harbaugh teams, because you're not. We all know you're not.
Yep.
You're not Jim.
Well, it's been proven. Numbers don't lie.
You're not Jim. You don't have the same teams. You're a young team. So figure out what you're going to do to change. Ooh. Let me shut this. The computer all of a sudden kicked into highlights. I don't need to watch those after. Like, you're not Jim Harbaugh.
No lights.
It's not the same team. You don't got the guys on the back end of the defense where you could do certain things. You don't have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Was it 14 NFL players the national championship year?
Yeah.
Like,
hey. Yeah.
You don't.
And that's fine. And we do all need to realize that.
Figure it out.
Immediately.
Figure it out. That's what you get paid millions for.
Dial it in.
Or join James Franklin. And that's it.
That's a great point. That's
enough's enough. And
enough is enough, and it's time for a change. Owen Hart. Yes, I agree with you.
I love Sherrone Moore. I think he seems like an awesome guy. I think he's a hell of a recruiter.
I know a lot of awesome guys that are bad at their jobs. And I don't think what he just might be is he's a great Sunday to Friday guy. Maybe he's just not a game day guy. Because I'm disciplined. Yep.
I'm disciplined.
I think we all saw that when he beat Penn State last year and dropped multiple F-bombs on live television.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that a lot today while I was at work, and I was like, man, like, maybe that was like one of those key situations. So, and I don't want to bring more praise to Ryan Day ever in my life. But you know that great viral video where that kid was like, "Hey, 4-0," and the guy's he's just trying to enter a restaurant, Ryan Day was. You know what Ryan Day didn't do? He didn't flip out. He held his composure in that moment. So maybe we can learn from our enemies, which
listen,
is
you don't have to respect certain people. Sorry, you don't have to like certain people, but you have to at least respect them.
I agree.
If you don't see what Ryan Day's doing as just elite,
what, winning football games?
You're not paying attention. They're elite across the board. They're well coached. They're disciplined. For everybody in the state of Michigan who thought Matt Patricia was going to be a bad hire, it's looking outstanding.
We were just butthurt over what he did with the Lions.
It's just not a good look for Michigan right now. Nebraska's ranked again, and we're sitting outside the ranking because we were embarrassed.
Yes.
After going to Lincoln and beating them. Now you welcome in a Washington team who probably should be ranked.
Let me point this out.
Isn't.
So Oklahoma blitzed, we lost. USC blitzed, we lost. Washington blitzed over 50% of Rutgers dropbacks last week. So it's coming. They know our weakness. and they practiced it on Rutgers last week. They're coming into our house, the big house. Hopefully, the lights are too bright for some of their players. But if we're relying on that to win football games, I'm at a loss. Because if we drop an L, if we lay an egg, if 100 other sport cliches happens this Saturday, it's not good. It's not good. And we're kind of right back in the same situation as we were last year with 3 losses in October. Like GTFOH, right? Like that's
young team.
Yes, you're right. You're still right.
Let's put the USC game behind us and let's get into the Washington game.
Okay.
The first thing Michigan's gonna have a problem with is USC gave everybody the blueprint of what's gonna happen to the defense. Mm-hmm. If Michigan's defense and Wake Martindale doesn't adjust to these quick passes, they're gonna get absolutely killed.
That comes down to the coaching staff. Like you said, we're young. This is what they should be game planning for right now. I don't understand how it happened again with like the crossing and the quick passes. You're right. You're 100%.
Every time they needed yards, screen pass. Wide receiver screen pass.
Why run the ball? Why hurt your running back?
Look, 3 of Michigan's defensive linemen are in the backfield. We're just going to throw it over their head as a convoy of USC players are running down the field.
Yep. Blocking for him
to get just more another yards. Speedster for there's 16 yards, there's 18 yards, there's 12 yards.
There's 49 yards.
Maybe you want to stop trying to put a square peg in a round hole and realize you got to stop being aggressive at some point.
You just need to adjust. You just learn, I feel like I'm repeating myself.
It's Dr. Blitz. It's Dr. Blitz all over again.
It's just, if you can't learn from your mistakes, you will never succeed at anything, kids. But if you can't learn from what you did wrong and you just stick to your ego or stick to the game plan, I get sticking to the game plan, but only when it's 50% successful. And then hopefully it can get better. But when it's under 50% successful, you have to adjust. And that's what I said. When Belichick was with New England, he was the master of halftime adjustments. The Patriots would go into into halftime down by 14 to 10, whatever, and they would make critical adjustments, and they would learn from their own mistakes, and they would win the football game. It just all comes down to putting your ego aside, or even if it's not your ego, and maybe Sherrone just doesn't know yet how to handle the pressure of being a big time head coach. Someone's got to just be hey, we gotta change this up, and we gotta.
Well, that's why you brought in guys like Poggi and Chip with head coach. There's no excuse for any of this anymore.
Agreed.
They're just not If you don't think Williams Jr., the quarterback of Washington, Jed Fish, and these guys are licking their chops right now.
Yep.
USC literally just showed everybody how to beat this defense. And Wink has done nothing in 2 years to show that he's willing to adjust or change or throw him a curveball. So that it's different. He's like the pitcher that just goes out and throws heat. Eventually,
bomb after bomb after bomb after
the heat gets hit out of the park.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's gonna work against the Central Michigans, maybe a Minnesota, and these other teams. But the Big Ten's not the Big Two and everybody else anymore.
Yeah.
You got
Big Two, a little
Oregon,
late. It was a
you
long
got
time ago.
Indiana, USC, Ohio State. Like, you got big time programs with a lot of money, a lot of skill, and you're just not going to go out and muscle these teams anymore. Like, USC did to Michigan what Michigan did in 21, 22, and 23. And Washington has the capability of doing the same thing. Like, Williams drew a threat quarterback.
Yep.
Boston can catch the ball. Like, these guys they're built a lot the same way. And it's going to be that quick pass, roll Williams out, use their aggressiveness against them, screen pass. And I don't know if Wink is going to stop trying to put the square peg in the round hole and just stop being aggressive and put these guys in position to succeed. Yeah, you're going to miss 14 tackles, but you're also going to miss 14 tackles because you're trying to jump around 6 guys blocking in front of you to make these plays. It seems like against Oklahoma, against USC, whenever they needed a big play, they could get it. Our defense just couldn't get off the field. From that first drive on last Saturday, you never had a feeling Michigan was going to win that game.
Agreed.
It was easy for them to move the ball. It was actually probably at will. If it wasn't for the big hit fumble and that interception,
which
it would have been a lot worse.
Which are signs of progress. Like, if we can take any positives out of this, like we both said, embarrassment. We did have some takeaways. So if there's any sign of positivity from the defense, that there's plays to be made. And
when one team has the ball for 34 minutes and runs 68 plays, you're gonna have takeaways.
Right. Okay. I get your point. Yeah. No, I get your point.
Like, it was almost like the interception was almost like USC was like, well, we're gonna try. The quarterback was like,
I'm gonna try something stupid just to see if it works because everything else has.
Yeah, right? Like we're just gonna stop them anyways. They can't move the ball. Oklahoma was the same thing. Like, and I get your point. Learn.
Yeah.
They didn't learn after Oklahoma. They didn't learn. Well, I shouldn't say that.
I feel like.
Are they going to learn after USC?
After Oklahoma, it was more about like the players. Now I feel like it's the adults in the room now.
I think it's
refusing to learn. But like
it's both.
For Bryce, when you're relentlessly blitzed and your coaching staff and you don't have an answer for it, his youth was shown. His inexperience was shown. It was highlighted.
If I get the one interception last week, I don't put on him because I think McCauley was interfered with.
Agreed.
But other than that, yeah, you could tell he was young and he's developing, and I'm okay with that. It's not about him. Let him play, and if he throws 4 interceptions and he costs us a game, I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is the defense looking the way it did, and I understand there's a lot of young players on it, but no, and I'm not going to sit here and try to pretend I'm an X's and O guy, and these guys should be hitting these run gaps, and you got to go into the A, B, C gap, whatever they're called. This is the wrong show for that.
Yeah.
But there was holes like I could have ran through. And I haven't run 3 feet in probably 11 years.
And
Like,
you
I make
could
a
have picked up a first down or two.
I make a turtle look fast.
Germany's in the backfield.
Like, I literally make a turtle look fast. And that was terrible. Like, there was no...
What number would you wear if you played for USC?
What number would I wear if I played for USC?
Yeah.
I would have 2 big money signs on my back. Just the S for money.
Well done, sir.
Like,
I put you on the spot and you delivered. Well
like,
done, sir.
what was it? The XFL when it first came out, when the WWF, and you could put your nickname on it.
Yeah, he hate me.
Yeah. Like,
hey, man, that guy was dating a Victoria's Secret model, so I don't think he was doing anything wrong.
like, I don't know if it's the coaching staff rubbing off on the players, if the players just aren't getting what the coaching staff's trying to do. But there's no discipline.
We can. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
There's just no discipline in run gaps. There's no discipline in assignments. It seems like guys are always wide open. Like, how do you let a tight end on
Get that wide open?
3rd and 11 literally jog down the field and wide open, and there's no one near him?
Literally, he was trucking, like running like you or I would run.
I think
There we go.
I think he stopped on the sideline, had an espresso, and then ran back on the field and caught it. I think he hit the USC espresso bar that they had on the side of the field. He had an espresso, talked to the cheerleaders for 2 minutes. They'd be like, "Oh, 1 minute. Oh, first down."
Oh, no,
yeah,
first down. Yep. Hey, we've been trashing the Wolverines this whole time, and well deserved. And I'll eat crow, and I know we might have some Ohio State friends and brother-in-laws who might be enjoying this more than anything, but that was one game. And
well, I think,
like I always say, and I know I sound like a broken record, but let's just hope that there's something learned from this and we can adjust. Maybe not in game. That game was not our day. Last Saturday was not our day. And we showed it on national television.
well, 2 things are for sure.
We were not prepared to play that football game. Luckily for us, for Michigan, we get to come home and play the next game. We're not staying out west. And I don't ever want to blame travel on a loss on travel. But Michigan is young, and they're obviously a very flawed team. Whether you talk about the coaching staff, the players, or anything. You know how many Notre Dame fans, friends of mine, who are messaging me being like, could he have just beat them up a little bit more before we have to play them? And I was dude, we're not there. We're not there yet. The hype might have been there. We talk about the money, Portnoy, that billionaire and his wife who pretty much got Underwood here. We're just not there yet. Like, you still have to play the game, right? You still have to play the game. And that day, we didn't play a good game. I predicted one loss going into the Ohio State game. Okay.
Any positive?
We're only at 2 losses, and hopefully we can hold that out for the rest of the easy schedule that we have.
Well, the positive is Marsh looks really, really good and
very well. Yes, you're right.
A future star. I think it's becoming apparent that in the offseason they're going to have to upgrade the wide receiver room again. McCauley's been great. Marsh has been great. I don't know why.
He's been great, but he wasn't great in situations where we needed him.
No.
And like I said, hopefully that changes throughout the season. Like, I'm always trying to put the positive spin on this because it's sport. So
I'm going to start calling you I'm going to start calling you Walt Disney. You write these fairy tales. They're great. No, I think if you want to take the positive route, yeah, Marsh, and I think he's going to have another big game this Saturday. I don't know if Klein's going to play this week. Hogan, they have to get the tight ends involved.
If Haynes doesn't play, that's
like you're talking a total of 2 targets to your tight ends. That just can't happen in this type of offense.
Yep.
If Haynes doesn't play, we're in big trouble, even though
Marshall is a capable back.
Yeah.
But
it's just that
he's just not.
He doesn't have that home run threat.
Good as Haynes. He's a number 2 for a reason, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have that home run threat. And as a team that doesn't get into the red zone, and needs that home run threat.
Doesn't create holes for running backs to run through.
But Washington's going to be a good test. Definitely a crossroads game.
This whole conversation is making me stress eat sour Skittles.
I think for Moore and his staff, this is one of those games you can't afford to lose. Coming off the loss to USC, you're already starting to hear the rumblings about, is it time to move on? Penn State firing James Franklin, who, he lost the biggest games, but won, 85% of his games? And it would always have you around that 9 or 10 win mark.
Yep.
He
was consistently just not enough.
Yeah.
And
just paid $50 million to get rid of him. Like, this is the day and age we're in. Like, this is a new era.
I'm going to kill my guidance counselor.
Michigan now has gone pre-college football playoff. It's now a 6-game season, and you have to be perfect.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
They have no room for error. Any screw up and the season's done. I don't think anybody cares about any of these other bowl games anymore. Yeah, congratulations. You're going to
it's fun to eat your turkey with your family on New Year's Day and watch the winged helmet play. But you're absolutely right with that.
But now you even got NFL games being put on there. You're not even going to pay attention. Like, there's so many other sports taking advantage of some of these days where you're like, okay. But like Crossroad, if he loses, what you've seen after the USC game, I think will be mild on social media. With even the diehards and the supporters that never say anything bad about Michigan.
Yeah.
We're coming after this regime. That it's got to be better. Former players, you had like just guys who you see on social media that never say anything bad about him. The sky's always blue. It's never raining. It sounded like a hurricane was coming in.
Yeah.
No one wants to have another season where it's not even Halloween and we're looking forward to one thing and one thing only, trying to beat Ohio State.
Or next season.
Like, I don't want Ohio State to turn into our Super Bowl, because I'm going to be honest with everybody, and their fans can act like they care. They're going to get to the point where they just don't care about this rivalry. They have one
game is developed.
They have one goal, is to win a national championship, and it's now what do you do in the playoff? Beating your rival lasts it should last in total either 4 weeks or 14 days. It all depends on where you're going to play after. If you're going to play in the Big Ten Championship, it's 7 days. If you're playing a home game or a road game, the first round, then it's 14 days or 3 weeks. And if you happen to win both, you end up playing on New Year's Day. So enjoying that win for 365 days is gone. And it's not going to be enough to save coaches like it was before.
Agreed.
Like,
and it might not. It's not gonna. It's obviously shown that it's not enough to fire coaches.
Well, no,
Because
think
when
about
you
it.
lose your rivalry game, but then you go on to win the national championship. Sure, it's still like, look at the shirt I'm wearing right now.
Yeah, that means nothing.
It means nothing if you can't win other games. If you can't make the playoff.
That was enjoyable for 3 weeks.
Oh, it was, but it was pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet.
It was
but
enjoyable.
At this point, this season is as sweet as these sour Skittles I've been stress eating this entire podcast, because it's something needs to change, and it's either the game plan or it's the people who are making the game plan. So
if it was me,
figure it out.
If it was me, I would have fired Brink Martindale. I would have made the change right after the game and got rid of Martindale. At least you could say you're trying and you're not going to put up with mediocrity.
Yep. Hey. Yeah. I get.
Because it's been every big game. It's last year, the same problems this year. Yeah, you shined in the Ohio State game, but realistically, that was more Ohio State just doing stupid things.
Like the worst game plan ever.
And then
let's run the ball into the best defensive lineman for 60 minutes straight.
Well, what I will give Michigan credit for in that one game was at least they didn't blitz and they rushed 4 and they kind of dropped everybody back to protect against the pass. And then Alabama was a monsoon the day before, raining, and you couldn't do nothing anyways. You took away Milroy's ability to run, and it played into their hands. It was almost like fool's gold. We watched the last 2 games last year, and everybody had this sense like, oh, this could be – we can make the playoffs this year. We got a quarterback. Our receivers are going to get better. Wink's defense, look what it did. It held Ohio State to what? 10 points. It held Alabama to 12, 2 top 15 teams.
So I just think at this point it's been 53 straight minutes of raining shit on ourselves as Michigan fans and the entire Michigan football program at the moment.
Yes.
But in hindsight, I hope, like I always say, if they learn from it, we can look back at this and hopefully we can chuckle at how down we were on this.
Well, that's
going towards the Ohio game. We should still make the playoff.
Oh, I think we lost them.
Possibly take from this is that youth is a factor, and hopefully the coaching staff catches up with that idea.
I think we're more mad because of we didn't take that.
How we lost.
No, yeah, but I'm saying in general, I think how the season's gone so far and the sloppiness in a lot of the games, I don't think any of us really took into fact that this is one of the youngest teams. And I said it to somebody the other day, like, yeah, it makes you mad, but when you actually step back and look, there's a lot of good young players on this team. And Michigan has the ability to hit the portal and get some other guys to fill some of those holes. We got a great class coming in. We got a true freshman stud at running back, it seems, from watching some of his high school games.
Yep.
Like, there's a big positive here. Now it's just a matter of, can Moore do enough in game day situations to change this narrative that's building that he can't beat these teams, that we constantly get out coached.
So he doesn't turn into James Franklin, like you said.
Like he did it when as an interim coach, but a lot of people forget that at that time, Harbaugh was there from Sunday to Friday. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they came up with a game plan to run it 48 straight times against Penn State. I think that was spur of the moment. But where's that guy?
Yep.
Where's that the creative offense, those flea flickers and going for it on fourth down with scheming a guy wide open coming out of the backfield? And I don't know if
maybe I honestly I don't have that answer.
It's almost like he's coaching scared and not to lose instead of to win. Whereas the last,
he's coaching not to lose instead of coaching to win.
Yeah. And I think if we can get that more back, the more I thought we were getting when he was hired, he could turn this around.
Yep.
And all of us who have been bad mouthing him and stuff, he really could. He has to stop playing Mr. Dress Up though a little bit with these. This is my work jacket. We're getting back to work.
Oh, blue collar.
Yeah. But
I don't care what you wear. You can wear a clown costume on the sideline. If he wins the fucking football game, I'll be happy.
Oh, 100%. The secondary against Washington, we're going to need the secondary to step up. Tackling and the offense can't have football. The offense can't have these anemic moments where they disappear for 2, 3, 4 drives. And they got to let Bryce just be Bryce.
Preach. You're exactly right.
Every play, run past option. Just let him decide.
Yeah. Let him learn. Let him learn how to. Because at this point, if we lose 2 or 3 more games, I mean, three's pushing it. But if we lose another game, and it long run, like I get it. Last year sucked, and the game against Ohio gave us all like and everything to push through to this season. Then we got Underwood. It's just right now he needs to learn to be more confident on the field, in my opinion. And like you said, just let him. I'm not saying just let him do it. We don't want 5 interceptions per game, but you have to allow him to use his skill set to win, because we were so pumped about his skill set, but then it just seems like they're just not letting him use it at times because of conservativeness, because of the old Harbaugh way, like up the gut, the Bo Schembechler 2 yards in a cloud of dust. Like last time I checked, you get 4 downs and 2 yards in a cloud of dust only equals 8 yards. So 6 yards at third down. So like the game's different. We just need to progress into a different understanding of what Michigan football is. And do I think that some of the stuff comes from the top, where it's like, we need to play Michigan football, we need to play it this way? Well, most times now, that shit doesn't work. And it's time to move on and just play football so you win the game. Like, get the politics out of it and just play football.
At this point, you have 6 games to win, and the only way you're going to win those games is letting your best players try to be the best players and having the ball in their hands. And that's it. Like, it's simple. Michigan's going to have to stay on schedule, give them winnable third downs. By winnable, I mean not 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4, where you have the option of him running for it or throwing it, or you're running the ball.
Especially if Haynes is hurt.
Yeah.
Because 3rd and 2 is an easy decision for me. You give it to your big back. But you're right. You're right. I understand what you're saying.
But I think we said enough about this bitch session. Let's hope we'll be back on. Sorry we missed Sunday. That's my fault. I was traveling. We will be back.
Sorry we missed last night. That was my fault.
We will be back this Sunday.
Yes.
Hopefully it's a victory. Sunday.
We'll both be watching with.
I'm gonna be at the game, so I'm gonna get a nice view of what's going on and what the crowd's sounding like. Sitting there with 110,000, I'm sure if it's going sideways, it's not going to be a game I want my 6-year-old at with me.
No, probably not. A few curse words, I would assume.
So score predictions.
Oh. Let me get my pen out. My pretty pink pen. I don't even know where to begin. Do you want to start? If not, I'll go first. But I honestly...
I'm going to go 34-17 Washington.
Wow.
I think they're going to get in. The defense is going to look a lot the same. And the offense is going to have to try to compensate for a few early quick scores. And doing that, they're going to make it very one-dimensional.
I might take the homer route here. But because I think we're at home, and I am going to try to believe that the coaching staff and the players can learn from their mistakes, that I'm going to go 24-17 Michigan. So that's what we got.
Because then then we're on to...
Because we can't lose. We can't lose.
No, we got them.
Like, I'm not saying we can't, but I'm saying we can't lose this game.
A loss in this game we can't lose. Could turn the backyard brawl from the backyard brawl to being the coaching to keep your job game. Because it could be very possible if we lose this week and lose next week, that the cries for
Jonathan
will be too loud. Jonathan and Michigan State with Indiana this week, following that up by Michigan. If Jonathan Smith gets smacked around in both, there's a good chance he's heading back to.
But hey, with how the Big Ten's going this year, Michigan State might beat Indiana. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Which is parity, which is good, which is fun, which is what like sport is all about, is entertainment, right? So like, who knows? That might be a game to predict a score on, but I don't know enough about.
No, I'm not saying.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything either.
On that note, if you want to get some Ohio State content, Buckeye Backers is coming on.
Check out the Buckeye Backers.
And for all your sports and information need, we have college football backers, and then you can check out some of my articles there. You can check out some of my articles on Mike Farrell Sports. And hopefully, we're celebrating Sunday and not going for round 2 of bitch session.
And then we're going to go back to watch this and be like, look at these two fucking idiots bitching and complaining about all of it. But yeah, like let's let it play out first, right?
But like always, let me get rid of that.
Go blue.
As always, go blue. And remember, the one thing we always have, we know how to spell Ohio.
That's true.